Okay, what is up everybody? It is I, Runescapefar, with some new equipment here. Try to move that in a little bit. So, it finally did come in. Thank God. So, the stand itself is cheap, but I'm hoping the microphone's at least decent. I mean, I did cheap out on this a lot because I don't have the money to buy expensive stuff, but the HD camera should hopefully help also a lot, make my face not so blurry. I'm definitely loving the fact that I was instantly able to snap it to size to my computer screen without having to fidget with the flexible little thing that kept on wanting to go back to its original shape and fall off my computer. This thing is sturdy as hell and I am loving it. Also, I did pick up this for 99 cents. I'm going to try it on my camera and do some interesting videos with it with my phone. So hopefully I could do a lot more stuff now and also prove that you really don't need expensive equipment to do things. So let's react to how I became a fan of Pokemon by Lovable Hatsune MIku. Today is her special day. She said it's like a birthday, but you don't age. It's a Ukrainian tradition, so for your special day, I promise you this video, and here it is. So let's begin.
Hello everybody, I am Lovable Hatsune MIku, and in today's video I will be telling you guys how I became a fan of Pokemon. So in this video I'm going to tell you guys how I became a Pokemon and the details and why
Ooh,
Pokemon
I
is so
love that
important
picture.
to me. So without any further ado, let's just get right into the story. Okay, so like when I was very little, I can't remember what age I was. I remember I was at my mom's friend's house and one of her sons gave me this book, and it was a Pokemon book for like the cards. And he gave it to me, and I had no idea what it was. I was like, what the heck is this? I was looking at it, I was looking at the cards inside, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So he gave it to me, he said I could keep it. And I was like, okay. So I guess as the years went on, like 2010, I remember Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out, and that's when I really started getting into Pokemon. I started watching the show, and oh boy, was that show like the best thing ever when I was 10. Me and my friends would always watch.
I started watching Pokemon like way before Diamond and Pearl. Like, it was with May and Max is when I started watching it. And then, of course, I did go back and purchase some of the older episodes with Ash and Misty and the original game, including the very first episode I do have on DVD now. But, yeah, my first time actually watching the anime was with Dawn and Max. I can't remember exactly what my first episode was. And the whole reason I got into Pokemon was actually very similar to you, like you, Lovable Hatsune MIku. My friend just gave me a bunch of Pokemon cards because I was very curious about them. And everybody was dealing them in, at the lunch table outside, the one odd lunch table. Nobody ate lunch outside, so why we had that, I had no idea, because the previous year, playground got vandalized, burnt to the ground, rebuilt, fence built up, so why they need to re-put the lunch bench in there, I have no idea. But we would gather around there, and I would watch them play Pokemon, and my friend just gave me a bunch of cards to start off, and I still have those original cards. But, yeah, that's how I kind of got into Pokemon.
Watch it. It was like so awesome. That was like the only Pokemon show I ever watched. Now, if you guys are wondering what the first Pokemon episode I ever saw was, I'm pretty sure it was the one where it's like the super old one is like the season 1 episodes. I think it was the one where Ash and Misty and Brock are on this cruise ship and the boat is sinking, and Ash trades his Butterfree for something else and stuff. And
I remember that episode very well.
Giant tentacle in the city. It was either one of those episodes.
Fun fact though, that episode actually got banned in America temporarily because it resembled too much to 9/11, so that episode was delayed being released in America. Little fun fact.
Those are the only episodes I remember watching as a child. So in 2010 when I went to school, Pokemon was like a really big thing. Like at recess,
And it still is.
Like have their Pokemon cards. And I noticed something. Like I noticed there were like never any girls. I was like, okay, is Pokemon only for like boys or something? Because we never saw girls playing it. It was super weird. So I started.
The reason for that, mostly in America, is Pokemon was nerdy, girls didn't like nerdy guys in high school. They liked the jockey types. So we were our own special group. Unless you were my friend who gave me the Pokemon cards, in which case he was a Pokemon fan and he got the ladies. Me, not so much. My friends, not so much. But who cared? We had Pokemon.
I started bringing my Pokemon cards to school, and then my other two friends started bringing theirs. And we started playing with the boys at recess, like trading cards and battling with them, and the boys really liked it. And the girls kind of looked at us like as if we were weird, because it was like, okay, because they had like their Barbie dolls and stuffed toys, and here were we all
Barbie
really
dolls.
lovely looking girls playing with
Who
a
needs
piece of
those?
paper. Like, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. We were like the only girls in the whole school that liked Pokemon, so we were like super rare, you know? And I'm not sure if any of you guys remember this. This is like my personal experience from like 2010. I remember they made like these Pokemon toys, and you could get them at Toys R Us, and they were so adorable. They were like,
I have one Pokemon toy from every single Pokemon generation. If you would like me to show off all my Pokemon toys, let me know in the comments below.
stuffed toys, and you could press their ear or anything, and they would make the sound. It was so adorable, and I feel like they don't really make those anymore, and it's super sad. I have a lot of it.
They still make them.
And I feel like those are going to be worth a lot of money someday, because you don't see
Sadly,
those
they're
anymore.
not,
It's
because
like,
I have
think
some
they're
rare
super
Pokemon
rare.
items that are
Pokemon,
worth
thank God. My
nothing.
Pikachu one is so adorable. I remember the day I got it. It was like a Christmas. I can't remember how old I was. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I was 10 actually, because that's when my mom started getting me Pokemon. And I remember when I got it for the first time, I was like so happy. I was hugging it, and I remember I called my friend over the phone on Christmas. I was like, I got Pokemon toy, and I was Pikachu and stuff. It was awesome, man. Speaking of awesome, you know what else was awesome? The freaking movies of Pokemon. Oh man, some of the Pokemon movies I watched were so awesome. And yes, the first Pokemon movie I watched was the Mewtwo one, like the first Pokemon movie ever. Oh, that movie was so great. That's like my childhood right there. I didn't know most of the Pokemon in the movie, so it was like a fresh start. I was like, oh, who's that Pokemon and stuff? And of course, Mew was freaking adorable. And yeah, my friend was obsessed with Mew, but you know, I really liked that movie. It's awesome. And I've seen the Manaphy one. Oh, that movie is so good. I remember the first time I watched it. I think I was being babysat by one of my cousins or something like that. And I was watching it at her house. We rented it, you know, back when Blockbusters was a thing. I'm not sure if any of you knew.
There is still one Blockbuster active in America, and that actually surprises me. It's a testament of time. When all else has failed, one survives. I'd like to know where that Blockbuster is, and I wonder if my parents' membership still exists with them. That would be interesting to know.
Few people know that, but Blockbusters was the thing when I grew up, and oh my god, I miss that store so much. Come back, Blockbusters. Anyways, I watched that movie, and honestly, I loved it. Manaphy was adorable with the man and everything. And I saw the Jirachi one. That one was pretty good too, and I've seen other ones, like the Hoop one. That one is not really good. I feel like there's too much action in that movie. Like, literally, almost all the legendaries come in that freaking movie, and they're all attacking each other for no reason, and it makes no sense. And I've seen other Pokemon movies, like the one with Victini and Arceus. I think they're the same movie. It was an okay movie, but I can't remember anything. The Shaman one, I remember a lot.
Faintly remember those
When
two.
the Pokemon card came out,
Like, I've only seen them once.
My mom went to go get it for me, like just before we had to go somewhere far away for the holidays, and I got it before we left, and I was like so happy. That movie was pretty okay. It was pretty decent. Shaman, on the other hand, was kind of pathetic but cute at the same time. But even in its second form, it still didn't really do much. It was kind of like, oh yeah, I can protect myself until like she changes into her other form again. She's like, you know. And I've seen that other
See, I never understood that. Why is Shaman so helpless in this form? Is it because she's adorable, or it's adorable? Forgot. Legendaries are genderless, just like a genderless child. But still, why is it so defenseless in this state? I've actually wondered that a lot when I was watching the entire movie.
Pokemon movie, the one with that crystal Pokemon. I can't remember her name, but it's the one with the
Okay, I
Pokemon.
do somewhat remember that one more vividly.
Dying or something by that one Pokemon in the deer one. That was a really good movie. I actually enjoyed that one. There were still other Pokemon movies I still need to watch. Like honestly, but I haven't watched any of the new ones, like the Pokemon movie I Choose You. I still need to watch that movie.
So do
I.
I.
It's good. I've seen clips of it. And
I haven't even seen any clips of
the
it.
reason why Pikachu talks in that movie is because Ash can understand Pikachu so well. It's like talking to him. That's just my theory, but you never know. I remember like me and my friends would always like RP all the time as Pokemon. And if you don't know what RP is, it's roleplay. It's when you pretend to be a character and you just talk like the character and you act like them. So I remember me and my friends would always like RP as Pokemon. It was so much fun. We would always pretend to like battle each other and stuff. It was really fun actually. I kind of miss doing that with my friends, but we aren't friends anymore because of reasons. She's my guts, to be honest. She ended the friendship for no reason. But anyways, I realized
that's
as I got
sad.
older, I think my friends started getting out of it like just a little bit, and I was like, oh no, I hope that's not gonna happen to me. So I guess as the years went on, I guess Pokemon kind of, like, I just kind of got out of it, and then when Pokemon Black and White came on, that probably just killed the show for me. Oh my god. I've mentioned so many times how much I hate that series. It's so boring. Ash is so freaking annoying in that season. He acts like a child, along with Iris. She's no better. And the other guy, Silent, what the frick is up with him?
I never liked his character one bit. I mean, that's who you replaced Brock with. No, I did not like that character whatsoever.
He's like, oh, yeah, cooking and art and masterpieces. So freaking weird. I was like, oh my god, bring back Brock. Oh my god, I hate that series so much.
I approve.
Pokemon designs. Like, I don't know if it was just me, but I thought some of the Pokemon designs were like really lazy, and some of them were
They were.
Like, we barely got any good Pokemon designs for maybe Emolga and Deerling, and maybe some of the other ones. But really, they literally made a freaking pile of trash for Pokemon. Like, really? Did they really get like?
I think that was their indication that Pokemon's becoming trash, so they made trash a Pokemon. I mean, that's my theory on where but Trubbish.
I was really disappointed with that series, and that kind of just made me get out of the series. I was like, oh my god, is this Pokemon now? And then my point of view Pokemon changed when Pokemon XY series came out. I believe that show brought me back as a fan to Pokemon, and I'm sure it was like that for a lot of other Pokemon fans, because I've heard stories of how they got back into Pokemon because of that show. And
I will say XY definitely revived Pokemon for me as well, because that was actually a good series. I think they learned from their mistakes in Black and White, and when they created X and Y, they said, you know what, we're not gonna be lazy or be crappy writers. We're actually gonna make something decent.
And I don't blame them. Freaking X and Y series was so great. Honestly, that was like the best Pokemon series ever. And if you guys don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. That's just my opinion. But honestly, I love the X and Y series. It was such a great season. The team was amazing. Oh my god, we had Mega forms and everything. The story was amazing. The legendary Pokemon was amazing. Even the sidekick characters were amazing. Oh my god, if you guys want me to make a video of why I think XY series...
I do have to say the sidekick, she was definitely way better than Max ever was. Max was kind of annoying a lot in the original series, but, well, not original series, but, you know which one I'm talking about. And her, she just, I don't know what it is about her, but she just seemed much better than Max could ever be.
Which was like the best series ever, let me know in the comments and I'll absolutely make a video about that. But that's just my opinion. So if you disagree with me, that's totally fine. Actually, let me know in the comments what is your favorite season of Pokemon. Mine's X and Y right now. So I'm like watching X and Y series.
My favorite season still has to be the original first season of the series. That first episode, though, it gets me all the time.
And I was like, oh my god, Ash is like such a badass in this season. I wonder what he's gonna be like next season. And then we get Sun and Moon, and I saw the design for Ash, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Honestly, I looked at it.
I don't
and
even
like,
watch
how
Sun
could
and
they do
Moon.
this to Ash? He was like such a badass in X and Y. He had Ash Greninja, he had Goo, he had Hawlucha, he had Noivern, and Pikachu, and everything. Well, he always has Pikachu. And then we see him on a beach taking a vacation. I was like, what the frick? And of course, we have to watch Ash go to slap in the face to the fans. It's like, hey, you're a badass now. Here you go, and here's our next season. Hope you like it. It's just like, not really black and white, but you know. I mean, some of the Pokemon designs are really okay. I actually really like some of the designs, and I haven't watched all the episodes. I saw like maybe one episode. It's like the Litten one. Oh my god, that one is so sad. It's the one where he's like friends with that dog Pokemon, and I don't want to spoil it. I think I saw like the first episode. I tried watching some of the episodes on YouTube, and you know, like just to see what it was like, and I was like, I really don't like this. But I like Lily. Lily is like so adorable, and Popwheel is pretty cute. Mimikyu is pretty okay. He's like kind of the only reason I watch it too. But honestly, I feel like Pokemon is just not really dying, but I mean like, come on guys, you can do better than that. Like Ash acts like a freaking, I don't want to say a dumb idiot, but the face expressions on that show are just too much. Like, okay, we get it that it's like you're trying to aim it more for kids, but like calm down with the face expressions. Some of them are like really ugly. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being too like
No, you're
judgy
right.
on the show, but I think it's
You're
an
not
okay
being too
show, but
judgy.
it's like not my cup of tea. I'll try and watch all the. I'm gonna try and watch all the other episodes just to give it a try, and I think it could have potential, but I don't think I'll like it as much as like the X and Y series, because I don't know. I just think that series was like so awesome to me. Right?
It was. It
I think
definitely
I'll
was
give some
good.
a try because I really like the Pokemon designs in that one. Some are okay, and some are just like, frick. But yeah. So I think I've been a fan of Pokemon now for 9 years, and I'm actually impressed. I didn't think I would be a fan for this long, but I'm a pretty proud fan. Pokemon is like the longest running fandom I've been in for like a long time, besides the Sonic fandom. I'm not really like in the Sonic fandom, but I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
I never really got into Sonic because I never really owned a Sega console growing up. My first console was the Nintendo, and I have more Nintendo products than anything else. I got one PlayStation, one Atari, one Xbox 360. That's about it. Everything else is Game Boy, Game Boy Advance SP, DS, 3DS, Wii, Switch, SNES. So I'm more of a Nintendo fan, so I never really grew up with Sonic until Sonic or Sega kind of merged with Nintendo, and the Sonic games became available on the Nintendo Wii. That was really the first time I actually ever played a Sonic game.
And because I've been a fan of him since 2010 too. So now to talk about why Pokemon is so special to me and why I'm so deeply attached to it. For me, Pokemon is like, it's hard to explain, but it's just such a big part of my childhood. Like, when I was 10, that's when I really started getting into Pokemon, and I really like the fact that Ash is a 10-year-old boy, and he's like, you know, in this world of Pokemon, so I looked
Ash is forever 10.
back at myself when I was 10 and how great Pokemon was. Pokemon is still great, but honestly, Pokemon was like awesome when I was like 10 years old. Like, everything was Pokemon. Toys R Us aisles were filled with Pokemon to the brim. We still have Toys R Us, just so you know. Like, I'm Canadian, so sorry all you Americans. Because I feel like when you're 10, like, that's the best time to be 10. Like, I don't know why, but 10 is just such a fun age to be. And what
Oh, it
better
was.
age to be 10 than with Pokemon and everything, you know? It's just so great to me. Like, I have so many great memories of my 10-year-old self just playing with Pokemon toys and using my imagination, pretending I had a Pokemon partner. It's so awesome. Like, I look back at it now and I think, okay, some of that was cool. Okay, I kind of regret doing some of that with my friends, but you know, I really miss being 10, and I wish I could go back in time and just relive some of those moments, you know? But I'm probably going to be a fan of Pokemon until I die, to be honest, because honestly,
Same.
I spend such a lot of money on those Pokemon cards now. Like, you've seen my videos. I think I've made like 22 videos now of me opening Pokemon cards, and if I can hit 100 Pokemon videos of me just opening Pokemon cards, that would be amazing. But another thing with Pokemon is like, I feel like when I open the Pokemon cards, I feel like it's just like stress relieving. Like, I feel like when I open the cards, like all my stress in the world just goes away because I have like so much stress in my life, honestly. But when I open the cards, it's just like everything's fine. Like, you're in your happy place, and that's what I feel when I open the Pokemon cards. So that's why I started videotaping me cards because I just thought it would be like a fun idea for YouTube. Some of you guys like them and some of you don't, but that's perfectly fine because honestly it's my channel. I can upload anything I want, and I know I have been uploading a lot of Pokemon content because I don't know. I mean, I do like to upload other things now and then, but Pokemon is just so fun to do, you know? There's like so many possibilities, like top 10 list and series that you like and how you became a fan of Pokemon. I don't know, I just really like Pokemon. And don't worry, my whole channel is not about Pokemon, it's about other things. Like, duh. So yeah, that's basically how I became a fan of Pokemon. And let me know in the comments how you became a fan of Pokemon and your fondest memories about Pokemon, or what you like about Pokemon, or if you are still a fan. And hear me out when I tell you guys this, but I have never played
Fan for
Pokemon
life.
in my whole life on the 3DS or DS. Yeah, I know I sound pretty freaking lame for that, but I can't really do that because my 3DS is kind of like not really working so well, so maybe my brother might give me his, and I feel like I'm missing out on that, so maybe if he gives me his 3DS, I'll buy a Pokemon game for the 3DS, like to send him me one, because I feel like I'm missing out a lot. Like, I hear how great the Pokemon games are for the DS and everything, but I have
They
the
are.
Pokemon game for the Wii U, the Poke Tournament one, it's the one where you fight them. That's like the first Pokemon game I ever played. It's so much fun. Just so you guys know, Grayson is my partner in the game because, of course, I love Grayson. So yeah, well, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, I will see you next time.
Okay. You know, I think that's how a lot of people kind of got started with Pokemon. Like I said, I started Pokemon from my friend, who started Pokemon from his friends. So I feel like Pokemon's like something like you don't know what it is, but then you have that one friend who knows what it is, and just opens Pandora's box and it sucks you into the world of Pokemon. Because I've been a fan ever since my friend gave me those Pokemon cards. Because then, like I said, after that, I immediately started watching the anime. I got the very first Pokemon movie on DVD, then lost the Pokemon movie when moving to my new house, which really made me sad, but I got said Pokemon video back on VHS, thanks to my awesome grandmother friend for giving her a giant tote of nothing but VCR tapes, and that just so happened to be in there. And I am very happy about that. And I do have to say the Sun and Moon anime series, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I feel like all the cartoons are going to that style, though. Even all the reboots of modern day cartoons, they have that dumbed down style. I mean, what happened in the 80s and 90s? We had such detailed cartoons, even the 80s, such good details in the animes and the cartoons. Then the 90s, they kind of dulled it down, but not that bad. Early 2000s, simpler shapes, but still very somewhat detailed. But come 2012 and onward, very less detailed. I mean, hell, even Disney started using just more simple shapes and putting eyes and a mouth on it. Like, look at Phineas' head. Now, I do love Phineas and Ferb, but it's a triangle. Ferb is a rectangle with a rectangle nose. I mean, then, of course, all the other designs, they're just, I don't know what it is about this generation, but the cartoons are getting dumber and dumber and dumber in both the actual show being dumb and, I mean, of course, by that I mean the characters themselves, who were once awesome badasses, are now idiots, dumb, fart jokes. That seems to be a very common thing now. Like, why? I mean, South Park pulled it off because they're South Park, but Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, stay away from the butt jokes and the fart jokes, please. Go back to making great cartoons, and when you reboot a series, try to keep it as original as possible. And I think that's what Pokemon needs to do. It needs to stay with the same artists and everybody, because they knew what the fans wanted to see and how they wanted to see it. These new people, I think they're just there for the paycheck. They were fans, they reimagined it in their way, and that's the way they went with it. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but just personally to me, I just don't like the animation style of Sun and Moon and the whole plot of Ash going back to school. See, to me, that would more be like season one. I should think I would think because Ash just started his journey, so going to a Pokemon school would make more sense if that was from the very first season, not whatever season we're on now. I honestly can't remember. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please subscribe and leave comments. And please also subscribe to the awesome Lovable Hatsune MIku. And as always, have a nice day. Live, love, and game on. Peace.